Welcome back to Video Entertainment Analysis Group. I'm Josh here with my co-host Shane, as always.
Hi, today we're going to be talking about a game that just recently came out. Not Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. You're going to have to wait a little bit later for that review. But it's a new game that came out. A lot of people were talking about it. There was much hype surrounding it. People were saying it's the only reason to buy a PS4, and the game is called Bloodborne, and we're going to talk about it today.
That's right. It was made from software, and
I don't know what software.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm pretty fucking sure that all video games are made from software. So, you know, when they sent us the developer's the review copy, I saw on the back it said from software. I was like, well, what?
Yeah, well, what software?
Well, did you use Apple products or Microsoft product? Like, what kind of software did you use? I mean, you got to be more clear about that.
We do not know. We still do not know. Finish the game, beat the game. We still do not know.
Yeah, we don't. You know, we're gonna try to clear this up. We'll edit the review later on if we find out. Quick note: I need to thank my friend Steve for the video game footage that you're watching right now, because I don't have a PlayStation 4, so I needed to get some footage from someone else. So Steve, if you're watching, thanks for playing the game for me, and you know, the quality's pretty good, so you did a pretty good job.
I just want to say, Steve, it's probably better that you bought this game, because this game has more gameplay in it than the Order 1886. So, I mean, I guess this is a better game to pick because there's actually a game here.
You know, the Bloodborne actually has 1886 hours of gameplay. Order 1886 only has 3 hours. So
yeah. Well, there's like 3 hours of gameplay, but then like 20 hours of cutscenes. So I don't know if you're getting your money's worth.
Yeah, but you know,
the sniping segments were really good.
The sniping segments were pretty fun. And, you know, usually I'm a big fan of the Bourne series. Like, I love Bourne Identity, Bourne Supremacy, and Ultimatum. But when I played Bloodborne, when Steve played Bloodborne and sent me the footage, I watched it and I said, I was like, this doesn't look like Matt Damon's world at all. It doesn't look like New York City. They went for a very retro feel. It looks kind of like The Hobbit or something.
It looks, I don't know, it looks to me like a kind of Victorian setting, but to me, I think that you should play these games at least before you review them, so you get a more of a grasp, more of an understanding of what you're talking about.
Oh, I played it, you know, I wasn't controlling it, but I was playing it because I was watching it, so, I feel like I still gotta...
I don't know if it's the same feeling as having the controller in your hand and shooting the enemies and using your axe and hitting them and, like, watching the blood flying. I don't think it's the same.
Well, it's like the same thing as a movie. Like, games are just the same thing, right?
I mean, if you were playing the Order 1886, I could see that.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like that, you know, I've seen it. I've seen Bloodborne. I've seen the Bourne's Identity. I feel like I have enough knowledge on the topic to at least discuss it, you know. I can't... I'm not going to say, you know, I played it, but I'm going to say that I witnessed it and I experienced it for myself. So take that into consideration, viewers. When you watch when we put the review scores on the screen, for me, it's going to have a little asterisk and mark, and it's going to say review based not on actual gameplay, but on watching a Let's Play.
Yeah, and you really have to see, like, in the Let's Play, as if the gameplay looks, or the cinematics look good enough to impact your score.
Right. So, just getting into the game here, at least from what I watched, it takes place kind of like in like an Oliver Twist kind of setting, like in the suburbs of, like, old Chicago or something like that. I don't know.
It's supposed to be like 1800s, like Canada, and you gotta go... And you gotta kill people in top hats and monsters and werewolves and... I mean, like, why is every game doing this now? Steampunk. I don't understand.
I thought steampunk was a good concept at first when I watched things about airplanes, but when I play a video game, I don't really want to be fighting the same monsters over and over again. I want something different, like zombies or like terrorists or something. The fucking werewolves. How many times are we going to see that? This isn't Beowulf.
Well, you brought up the Bourne series, and this is reminding me less of Bourne and more of Treasure Planet.
Yeah, I could understand that. I'm a big fan of Disney movies, and I really wasn't. I thought this was kind of a little bit gory for children. I thought Dark Souls was kind of acceptable for the whole family because it's not like the graphics are worse on last gen consoles, so it's a little bit more family friendly entertainment. And Bloodborne, just in the name itself, blood.
Well, Dark Souls 2 is probably the most family friendly of them all. There's very little gore in that game. The style of it is very cartoony. It's a teen rating instead of the hard M Demon Souls and Dark Souls have. Mm-hmm. So you might want to get your child into that game first, but keep them away from Bloodborne.
Yeah, for your child's 13th birthday, don't buy them Bloodborne. Go to the store, get a used copy of Dark Souls 2. You're going to be saving a lot of money, and you're going to be keeping your child from killing people at school. So. And
you're going to be playing the superior game anyway, not this ripoff.
Yeah, and I just want to get into the problems here of what I saw with Bloodborne. And the first one is it's PS4 exclusive, which kept me from playing the game. Come on.
The reason why Dark Souls is the best game of all time isn't just because, if Demon Souls was for Xbox 360 and PC, then maybe that would be in the running for the best game of all time. Guess what? It's not. How is it supposed to be the best game of all time when only a few people will play it? A few people that somehow own a PS3 and a few people that somehow own a PS4.
Dark Souls, they took a lot of careful consideration developing it. Those were games for intellectual people like us who like to take their time, and weigh the pros and cons of each thing that we do before we play it or take things into action. And they didn't think about that with Bloodborne. They're just like, let's take werewolves and put it only on PS4.
Because Bloodborne, you notice the gameplay difference. With Dark Souls, you have freedom with rolling, and you can block with a shield. This game, it's all aggressive. It's all aggressive towards the enemies.
Yeah,
and why even do that? You just took out all the strategy and the patience of waiting for an enemy. You just have to dodge everything like you're some kind of Victorian ninja or something.
Yeah, as my favorite football coach Rex Ryan once said, the best defense or the best offense is the best offense is a good defense. So you gotta have a fucking shield.
This game offended me pretty hard with its grotesque imagery.
Yeah, it's the PlayStation 4 is a very powerful system. I'm not saying it's not a good system for something like watching Blu-rays or anything like that. But the game is hyper realistic. It's like ultra violence and hyper realism. Boy, it was keeping me in the bathroom because I was taking a shit. I was so scared.
I'm not scared of it. It's just kind of inappropriate.
I'm sorry. I am not a very big fan of horror films or anything like that. So I usually stick to the good clean fun like Call of Duty and Super Mario and shit like that. But when it comes to these games, I suffer from a lot of mental problems, and when I get these scary images up all in my face,
a lot of blood in this game.
There's a lot of gore, there's a lot of guts hanging out, a lot of scary monsters and nice sprites, and I just when I look at these things, they bring back the bad memories of my childhood.
The Terrytown teen made internet headlines after he was seen being disciplined by his uncle for claiming to be a gangster just last week. The young man was shot.
And I've been going to therapy for the past few years, trying to clean up my life, and Bloodborne's really tearing that apart when I'm watching it.
Well, I'm just tore apart by the fact that there wasn't another Souls game, and instead there's just everything's steampunk now. Steampunk. Leave it at your anime convention. Don't bring it to games.
They said it was made from software where the people use the same software that made Dark Souls, but it's not a Dark Souls game. So who made it?
They stole it. They stole the source code and they made it. Some other company, I don't know which company because they didn't tell us, but some other company stole the source code. They made this Victorian total conversion mod of Dark Souls.
I don't know who made this game.
As a game.
I can't trust a game unless I know who developed it. I trust Naughty Dog with Uncharted games, with Crash Bandicoot, The Last of Us.
You know who they are. What software is this? Who made this?
What fucking software made it? I don't know! How am I supposed to trust you guys? The game itself is so spooky! But I don't know who's spooking me at the moment.
I don't know who I can blame for this violence in video games.
I mean, Telltale Games have Telltale at the front of their titles of the game, so you know who made it. From software. Who's software? Well, who am I supposed to thank or criticize? I don't know.
Well, his name is Miyazaki, similar to the Miyazaki that made, but not exactly, the Miyazaki that made Carried Away. This game is, I don't know. I don't know if he has anything in common, if he's like his bastard son. This game is grotesque, and I don't think...
It's the same name. Multiple people have same names. There's multiple people named John Wayne and multiple people named Michael Jordan, but they're not the same. They have a different name of their company. Michael Jordan has his own company called Michael Jordan Industries, so you fucking know who made the basketball jeans that you're wearing. But we don't know who made this game.
I don't know who made it, and I don't want to know who made it, because they obviously have a very messed up mind.
It's I've played some messed up games in the past. I'm trying to clean myself up. I'm teaching myself new traditional values so I can raise my family whenever I get a family, so I can bring my family up the right way. And I want to be able to warn my family, stay away from whoever used this software, because... But I can't. It's a mystery company. So now maybe my kids are going to be playing games using the same software as people who made Bloodborne. I'm worried about my family's future.
Why couldn't they made a nice game using this engine?
I mean, the PlayStation 4 is a very beautiful and powerful system. It's individualistic, but we just don't really need any more blood. And
you look at the games that are exclusive to Xbox One right now. Killer Instinct, yeah, it's a game about fighting people, but the colors are very light. It's very playful. Sunset Overdrive is just a game about having fun, just simple, pure fun. What has PlayStation 4 got right now? The Order 1886. Ooh, a grimdark tale about werewolves and blood-sucking freaks. What do we got? Also, Bloodborne. Ooh, a grimdark tale about werewolves and blood-sucking freaks.
What's coming out soon? Freaking Uncharted 4, A Thief's End. It's going to be about someone dying and being buried alive. We don't need these gritty, dark stories anymore. One of my favorite games ever is Tomb Raider's 2013 reboot, and it was dark and gritty. But that was 2 years ago. I don't need this anymore. I'm trying to be happy. I need games about flying with the birds. I need games about baking cookies for grandma and giving grandma a final farewell before she dies. I don't want it to be dark and I don't want my grandma to die sad. I want my grandma to die with a smile on her face, with me hugging her. I want her to die in my arms. I don't want her to die with a knife through her throat. What the fuck, Bloodborne?
Yeah, this game is grotesque. There's a baby carriage that turns into a Grim Reaper with a bunch of sickles in it. It's like, that's too scary. You need to calm it down.
No, it's just too much. And I think I want to give you guys my final score here. Once again, I must say that this is only based on watching Steve. Once again, thank you, Steve. You did a good job with the gameplay. But I only watched the game. I didn't play it, so my score is a little bit different from Shane's. So Shane played it. You guys can trust him, but I didn't play it. My review is gonna be 3 out of 5. It's everything about it technically is okay, but I don't know who made the game, and it's also way too gory, way too scary. So, I mean, it's good. Technically, it's good, but we don't know who made it. Too fucking scary. and that's good. That's a 3 out
I'm
of 5.
gonna give it a 5 out of 10. If this was the first game in its series, I might be more lenient to give it a chance. But it's just a Dark Souls ripoff. It's just a Dark Souls ripoff, and
they took the Dark Souls feel, but they stole the Born Identity title, and they just kind of turned it into this weird Lord of the Rings ripoff kind of.
I see. There's like some weapons you can get. It's like swords, and it's like you can get like knight helmets and stuff, and it's just like you guys are obviously like, and some of the sounds are even from the Souls games too. And it's like you guys should have put more time into trying to create your own universe if you were going to do that. It shouldn't be the Victorian times. I shouldn't be wearing medieval knight armor, carrying around a medieval sword if you want to immerse me in your universe.
I'm starting to realize why they didn't tell us who made the game. And it's because they're ashamed that they ripped everything off.
Yeah. And I mean, there's a lot to be ashamed of here.
Yeah, for sure. Alright, guys, well, this has been the Video Entertainment Analysis Group's intellectual review of Bloodborne for the PlayStation 4. It's only for the PlayStation 4, so if you have an Xbox or a PC, sorry, you can't play it. But, if you guys enjoyed this review, don't forget to let us know what you think in the comments. Let us know if you're too scared to play it or if I'm just being a pussy. And
before we leave, I want to thank you once again, Steve.
Steve, let's give one final applause for Steve.
Thank you, Steve.
Thank you. Guys, don't forget.
We always try to help out the little people and the big boys.
A lot of people wouldn't do this for us, okay? Steve really reached out and said, you know what, guys, I understand, I enjoy you, I love you, I can do this, I can record some gameplay for you. So, Steve, we really appreciate that. Not a lot of people would have done it because I asked, and a lot of people were like, oh, we don't like Bloodborne, we're not going to record for VEAG.
Well, guess what? We didn't think it was that great either, but
but we still got to do our jobs here. We can't just refuse to review it, But anyways, guys, check out VEAG.us for all the latest, greatest reviews and news from the gaming industry. My name's Josh.
I'm Shane, and we're signing out.
See you next time.